best good friend.
We're popping.
Hello and welcome to the Great British Sitcom, the show in which we watch some potentially forgotten sitcom classics to see if they've stood the test of time. I'm Mark, and as ever, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Chris and Chris.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Excellent, there we go. Today we're watching Chelmsford 1, 2, 3. Do either of you know anything about Chelmsford 1, 2, 3?
No, only what I read.
Well, that's that knowledge sometimes works if you're reading it.
It's got Rory McGrath in it, isn't it?
It has got Rory
That's all I
McGrath in
know.
it, yep.
It's set in Roman times, and that's all I know. Bit of Chelmsford?
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 is the year, isn't it? It's AD 1, 2, 3.
Anno Domini.
123
Good
years
Lord.
after the birth of Christ. Yep. Allegedly.
You don't want to get sued by the Catholic Church and allegedly in there. Have you been to Chelmsford?
I think I have actually, yeah. Long time ago. A long time ago.
Why? See a lady?
No. I was with a girlfriend at the time, and it was to see her cousin, I think.
All right, that
Yeah.
was a boring story. Chris,
Slightly less interesting story.
get back from the microphone as you pressed it.
Sorry.
Chris, have you been to Chelmsford?
Have I been to Chelmsford? No, I don't think so. I might have been, or I might have been through it to go to other things, places. Yeah, never really been to Chelmsford.
I thought there'd be some gold in this section.
What
This is
would you
rubbish.
read?
Have you been to Chelmsford?
What is in
What?
Chelmsford?
Have
Is
you
there
been to
anything in Chelmsford?
I went to the V Festival. Used to be held in Chelmsford.
Did it?
Near Chelmsford. I used to go there a few times. Back
Oh, I didn't know
Back at the height of
that. Indie.
Indie,
Yeah.
yeah. We're talking Kaiser Chiefs, yeah. We're talking
Future Heads.
No, we're
No,
talking
Razorlight.
Matchbox. What are they called?
Matchbox
Beeline
Beeline.
Disaster.
Okay.
They do Riot on the Radio. Is that them?
No, it's Dead 60s.
They're 60s. They were there.
Matchbox were...
Little cars.
Yes, they were. That's into that bit.
Well, yeah, I did. And I had diarrhea at the end. I went to the Portaloo in the dead of night, and it was dark, and there was no toilet roll.
Oh, man.
And just had to use some newspaper. It's a young person's game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is
Reluctant to go camping. Alice wants to go camping, but yeah.
I can't see it. Even though you are like a woodsman, like archetype, I can't see you camping. You're more of like a log cabin man, I suppose, isn't you?
Yeah, I'd like to stay in like a little shepherd's hut or something like that.
Well, the thing is, like, I always look at those and I'm quite appealed. I find them quite appealing. Looking at them on Airbnb or whatever, the little shepherd's hut. But I never have a toilet, though.
Some do.
Oh, the ones I see don't. They always have like a fucking outhouse.
Our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not walking out and set a dump across the field. I'm not going to do it. That's a deal breaker.
Is that what you leave in the comment section of when you book? Additional notes.
I will not repeat. Not traipsing across a dewy grass in the morning for the morning blowout.
That's why he always stops at B&Q to buy a painter's bucket. Just burn a bucket. You just ditch it.
We need a 5
straight
litre.
away.
Throw it out on the
Just
dual
throw it
carriage
out.
right.
It's just done. Wrap it in cling film.
And drop it off a car
Bury,
park.
bury it.
Mum, I found a time capsule. Oh no.
Not again.
Oh, fucking dreadful.
Right, well,
Chelmsford.
that's covered Chelmsford.
That's that done. That's that done. Always ends up with me shitting in the box. What's in the box? Imagine that. That was good end to 7, yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow survived, but
Yeah, I like the
someone
script.
shit in a
but,
box.
One suggestion.
No one will see this coming. A twist no one would have expected from the mind of M. Night Shyamalan. The shit. The question is, where is the shit going to turn up? Right at the end, in a box.
Would one of you like to read the premise?
Was it the IMDb?
I mean, you read anyone you want, really.
You
But
got
that's
the
the one I've got.
ibuprofen?
God, blimey. Fanta, ibuprofen.
I don't feel well. For the listener, alcohol was taken yesterday, and it was unwise. And now
It was one wise, was it? Just the one.
now I don't. And now Chris is going to bring. He's got a little medicine basket.
Yeah.
Look how neat that is in there. Look how neat it is.
Yeah, well, it's not me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Can I have,
I'll get
how about 200 meg?
I'll get told off.
Can I have 3 of them, please?
What?
Unheard of.
200
Because I had some this morning, but I was sick straight afterwards, so I think I might have.
Jesus.
I don't think I ingested it properly.
We want 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, right, if you're already
Put me in a recovery position and carry on recording.
leaving the drink.
Sorry? Leave me out front of the A&E like a gangster.
Drop him off at the hospital, push you out the car door.
With a note attached to me saying podcaster.
We got another one.
Drive on.
Get the studio ready.
He's had 3 ibuprofen.
Shit.
What's that?
No.
That's
Hit
police.
the emergency thing.
I haven't overdosed yet.
That's a heart monitor. What?
That'd be great on the record, wouldn't it?
Three ibuprofen's alright.
Oh, look, this is weird. The plot. Oh, what is it? That.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one I've got.
But it's by Mark_A Wood. And my dad's name's Mark Wood.
That's weird, isn't it?
But his middle name's G for.
That's what he wants you to think.
For gangster.
Yeah, he's a G. No, Gerard.
It's Gerard.
Gerard.
Oh, okay.
What a name.
Oh, that's his middle name.
That's not from you, that.
I watched about half an hour documentary about the making of the thong song the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Why?
really good. I think I don't know. I've documented it on this podcast, but I really like the thong song. I think it's a really good song
Okay, why? What is it about it?
because ostensibly it's a song about a thong, right?
Yeah, I don't know that much.
But then it's set to like this weird minor key baroque music, and it sounds so sad. The music, it's like
what
the
song?
the thong song
Oh.
by Cisco.
Okay.
Talking of 99, was that about 99? Was it about 98, 99? The heyday of just music in general, I'd say.
That was where it peaked.
I think so. After the thong song, because it's like it's like this really melancholy music. It's like the melodies. It's all in minor key,
Okay.
and it's like it becomes like hysterical at the end. Like the tone of it becomes so overblown.
I don't know it well enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, I do. It's so overblown.
This
like,
is alarm tone.
and basically, I watched the documentary, and like it's based on the sample. It's a sample of an orchestral version of Eleanor Rigby. Food's here, look.
Yeah.
And it's like it's got like the violins, like some fucking bloke from like one of the best violinists in the world was like on it. He said, but he was interviewed for it, and he was like, yeah, on my like credits on my website, I've got like all these orchestral things I've done, and I always put the thong song in it because I'm so proud that I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with it.
It's a fantastic song. Oh, that girl's so scandalous, and you know I never couldn't handle it. And just looking at that thing like who it is, and the look in the eyes so devilish.
You know what's going on.
But basically, right. Also, while they're recording it, you know, Cisco's he's vibing, he's doing the lyrics. This is going to be a podcast about the thong song
Yeah.
now. And they were recording it, and he was like doing the lyrics and stuff. And there's that bit, you know, it goes,
You mean like singing?
sorry,
Like singing.
what do you mean?
Doing the
Doing
lyrics.
the lyrics.
He's doing no, he's
Doing the
writing
old,
them. He's writing them.
Yeah, instead of encore, do the lyrics.
lyrics.
Lyrics. Sing them.
He was, and you know, he goes, I just burn she like the pub because she was
I
living la
don't-
vida loca, and they were like, Cisco, do you think you should? The producer was like, do you need to clear that the living la vida loca bit? And he was like, no, yeah, I know Ricky Martin and his producer, I'll clear it, but he didn't. So basically, there was like a lawsuit afterwards, and I think the majority of the
I'm brave.
the what they called the royalties. Yes,
Oh,
the
right,
majority of the royalties goes to Ricky Martin's producer.
Oh.
Because they didn't clear Cisco slipped his mind and he didn't clear it.
But what? Does he own that phrase?
Well, he wrote "Living La Vida Loca."
Yeah, but it's just a
Yeah, but it's
phrase,
using the melody. It's using the word "Living La Vida Loca," and when he sings it in the song,
Oh, it's
he's
referencing that.
It's the same melody and stuff. So he's like it's a sample basically.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So
I
yeah,
don't think we really thought much
I don't
about the
think-
thong song to get into it, really.
I think
It's
about
like,
it a lot.
think about
It's
it
a
every
great
day.
song.
I've been living the past 20 years, unfortunately.
She had dumps like a truck. That's like what? Baby, move your butt. I think I sing it again.
The only time I think I've ever hear that song is when I'm in the room while Pitch Perfect 2's on.
Baby, da-da-da-da-da.
Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Chelmsford 123 is a British television situation comedy produced for Channel 4 by Hat Trick Productions. Chelmsford ran for 2 series of 6 and 7 episodes in 1988 and 1990. The series was set in the British town of Chelmsford in the year AD 123 and concerned the power struggle between the Roman governor Aulus Paulinus Jimmy Mulville and the British chieftain Badvok Rory cut that Rory McGrath. Britain is a miserable place, cold and wet, just the place to exile Aulus for accidentally insulting the emperor's horse, but also give him something useful to do. Aulus, is it Aulus? I don't know. Probably a play on Aulus Platorius Nepos, the governor of Roman Britain between 122 and 125, was a rather delicate Roman and was usually outwitted by the scheming Badvok, who hadn't had a haircut for 25 years. Many of the other regular hat trick actors previously seen in shows, such as Who Dares Wins, appeared. It was created by Rory McGrath and Jimmy Mulville.
Good.
And it was written by Rory McGrath and Jimmy Mulville.
Who's Jimmy Mulville?
He is the person who created AD 123. English comedian, comedy writer, producer and television presenter. He's best known for co-founding, in 1986, British independent television production company Hat Trick Productions.
Oh wow, okay, that's pretty big. So, with the premise that you read, are any of them based? They sound like they're loosely based on real people. Is that right?
I think
Well,
there
the
was
name
like
is,
it would have been a governor, like a Roman governor sent over, I guess, and then there would have been like chieftains sort of existing.
So, with that in mind, how much of this do you think is actually going to be based on like of its time?
I'm going to be bold and say fuck all. Based on actual real time of maybe some very
delivery. Fuck all.
I think there'll be some attempt at like, you know, a lot of togas. I think Rory McGrath's going to be dressed in. I wouldn't like to think like some sort of like
caveman
tartan or some sort of barbarian wear or something like that with a bushy beard and sort of really long hair.
All jokes about him smelling bad and farting and burping and things like that.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh,
No, I don't think it will get that far.
What do you mean?
I don't think it will go that far. It's like farting and burping. I've got some. Yeah.
You've got such high hopes for this, Mark. You're going to be so...
No, because I think Rory McGrath thinks he's cleverer than that, so I don't think he would just go for those sort of jokes.
I'm going to put it out there now. He's a twat.
I think he thinks highly of himself enough to not be doing jokes like fart jokes and things
Well,
like that.
we'll see.
So if there's a fart joke in it,
It's all going to be like all wordplay and shit, isn't it? Oh, no.
yeah, him trying to do things like that.
It's going to be like jokes on Latin and stuff. Latin jokes.
I would put money on there being just like really shitty Latin-based jokes. Theme tune, just going straight into that.
Oh, some sort of
The sound of Romans and stuff.
I reckon there'll be a lute.
yeah, I was gonna say like a lute or like pipes, didn't you?
Panpipes.
Not panpipes, but like some sort of like some sort of wind instrument.
It'll either be like, I think, like jaunty sort of lute stuff, or like
Like choir.
battle trumpet. No,
What about
no.
male
Do we think it'll be just like sounds of like
okay.
market, like just, you know, sound,
Oh yeah.
like clattering and people walking and mumbling and like this podcast really.
Like clattering, we've got mic stands now. Listener, look, no mics handling sounds.
What's our genre listed under? Clattering, mumbling,
ASMR.
Yeah.
munching.
Yeah, I think overall it's going to be an annoying show, and I think we discussed what the comedy's going to be based on.
Yep.
It's going to be annoying.
What's the episode we're watching?
So
Question mark, Chris? What?
we can do them when you want, really. I've got down series 2, episode 1, but I'm happily just do the debut or the usual series 1, episode 4.
Debut.
Well, should we? I don't know. Should we watch like the pilot? I guess.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with the pilot. Why not?
Yeah, that's the correct word.
Debut first thing.
Debut.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What's the
Right.
episode called?
What? This is so funny. He's really annoyed. I'm ruining this podcast and he's upset about it.
Because you'll be annoyed by this as well. That's the thing.
Well, you don't have to be worried about it. I'm going to be annoyed later on, but you don't have to worry about it.
I'm annoyed now.
Right. So series 1, episode 1. It's called Arrivederci Roma.
Yep.
And the premise of the episode
Goodbye,
is it's AD 123. No, it's 123 AD. Sorry, I got that wrong. And the people of Britain are about to receive their new governor from Rome. And this was broadcast on Wednesday, the 9th of March, 1988, 10 o'clock at night, late night entertainment. My expectations of the episode are going to go a bit downhill. So obviously we've got the regular cast, and they've got Badvok as the like Rory McGrath, British guy, whatever. But they've also got a character called Blag and Mungo.
So are we swearing in it? Fuck us. Off us.
I reckon there'll be like Latin swearing, so like words that sound like swearing but aren't.
Ducks.
Junt.
Should we just go into this?
He's so angry.
We just watched Series 1, Episode 1 of Chelmsford 1, 2, 3. Does anyone want to talk through what happened in that episode?
Well, Mark, it was the pilot episode, or the debut, as I like to call it. Basically, it's setting the whole premise of the whole series up, wasn't it? So, how the old governor of Chelmsford was dispatched and killed by the native British tribe. Then it shows the sequence of events that leads to the new governor being appointed. And it shows them arriving, and yeah, it sets up the whole dynamic of the rest of the series, really. And I assumed, based on the premise and who was in it, that I would hate it, and I thought it was alright.
It set up the series thing of like the British being like lads, like, and just like, you know, yeah, very laddish, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the Romans as being kind of a bit incompetent and led by madmen. Really, like.
And they were like quite a fate. What's the word? A fate. Is that you say it?
Just more hedonistic as well at the start, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, well, just like a bit gentle, wasn't it? A bit like
Yeah.
kind of like they're not up to much. They're kind of like a bit used to luxury and not able to,
Yeah.
you know,
Handle the hardships of
yeah.
life.
Whereas
out
not
there,
the British rough lads,
Exactly,
lads, get
exactly.
the buckets of beer in.
Oh,
To the theme tune, first of all, brass and pipes I've written down.
It was a fanfare type thing.
Yeah,
right?
brass pipes, yeah, fanfare. And it was all on like a book at like a 45-degree angle with the words scrolling like at the start of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then like the picture was like an inset of the scenes from
Yeah.
the show, like showing the Britons and Romans and so and so. And a reoccurring joke was just the word that they're getting a lot of mileage out of just saying Chelmsford and everyone laughing at it.
Mm.
That was just a joke in and of itself.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay.
Well, like, people laugh when
Yeah.
it's like no place in the introduction in the book. No place was like known and feared as much as, and then they shut the book and it said Chelmsford in it. And it was like,
I thought it was
and it had a gentle hand on it on the book.
Roman name for it was Caesaromagus, or Caesaromagus, maybe.
But yeah, a couple of times during the show they would say, you know, Chelmsford, and they get a laugh. Okay, and then when the new governor was addressing the people in the tavern, he just stood up on a bench and went, "People of Chelmsford," and they got a laugh.
Mm.
I wonder how long that went on for.
Well, every episode
Every
for
episode,
the
Chelmsford.
two series. Yeah.
Just to say Chelmsford, they said the catchphrase.
Um,
But generally, it was alright. I thought it was alright. I laughed a few times.
Yeah,
one
I've
thing we
got quite a few
discussed.
notes.
Yeah, one more thing I don't, but I never do. I wrote testiculos down.
yeah.
But one thing we discussed during it, and it's like a recurring thing, especially in only in the Rome scenes. The Romans were all talking in Latin, which I thought was quite interesting. And
Well,
a lot of the
that's how they would have spoken it back in the day.
yeah, it was all in Latin and subtitled, and a lot of the humour here was derived from the subtitles.
Yeah, like I appreciate it, but I didn't find it funny. Like I can't think of another sitcom that's done that. I find it hard to follow the comedy. That's probably because I don't tend to watch things with subtitles.
But then there were points where the contrast between what was spoken and what the subtitle was the source of the humour. So there was a part where he's accused. This is the reason why he gets sent to Britain. He's accused by another. I don't know what they call it. What are those people, like senators or servants? Who are they?
Which ones? What?
The people who are hanging out with the emperor.
Well,
like senators. Like
could have been politicians. Could have just been nobles. Could have been.
Well,
noble house. Yeah.
Group of the lads. This lad was Paul. What's his name? Aulus Paulus or something.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Aulus. Yeah.
Sorry. What was his name?
I don't know. Aulus.
Aulus Paulinus, I think.
Okay. He was accused by somebody else, his brother-in-law, of insulting the horse, and then when he's accused of this, he says testiculos, which is obviously going to be like bollocks or whatever. But then
Balderdash translates to.
Yeah.
It's like when he goes, "Oh, you self-abuser,"
Yeah,
which was like.
A wanker, innit?
Oh.
What? Okay. I thought that was nicely done. I thought Mark wasn't so keen on it, but I thought it was a nice. Well, it's trying something different, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. No, I really appreciate it for that. Just it didn't work for me. That was all.
Okay, fair
But
play.
But I like that it was something I hadn't seen before. That was good.
So yeah, there were two long establishing scenes. So we're showing the Roman setting, and it's a bit like it goes straight into it. It goes to fair play to him. Like it goes straight in the first, in the pilot episode. It's a scene all in Latin.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking fair play. I mean, so there's a scene there, the establishing scene showing the Romans in the palace of the emperor, and then there's another long scene, like the contrasting equivalent scene set in Britain, showing Badvok and his tribe in a tavern doing English things, drinking and being disgusting. Really, there was a burp in it.
There was a burp.
Predicted.
Yeah,
there was a
I think
burp.
that in retrospect made more sense. I stand by the farting and that sort of jokes, but
Give it time. It's only one episode. They'll be
fair play,
fast.
fair
They'll
play.
be fast. Which sets up the characters and the dynamic between, and which I thought was quite nice. And it wasn't. I don't think it was too bad. I thought I assumed I was going to hate Rory McGrath, and he looks, he looks the part. He was a lot slimmer then, obviously, younger man in the 80s.
yeah, I think I would go so far to describe this as ambitious, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of describing it. I thought it was, a lot of the humour was them, like the contrast between him being like the brains of the bunch, I guess,
Mm.
and then the rest of his tribe lads being a bit silly and a bit stupid or whatever.
Well, it's Blag and Mungo, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Black and Mungo.
Mungo, the contradictory.
Well, he was like, it was that thing again of like someone who's supposed to be like a barbaric sort of person, wasn't it? But he was like, when he spoke, it was like the very roundabout way, using a lot of language, and it reminded me a bit of like Monty Python and Life of Brian.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
No,
it,
yeah,
so
that
much
is
of
good.
It reminded me a bit of that, like the Judea People's Front and the way they spoke. It was like that long sort of flowy sort of thing. Like, well, what was it about the knife, wasn't it? It was about I can't remember, but anyway.
Yeah.
And then Mungo was just
It was
Blag
stupid to differing degrees.
was just like
Blag was disgusting. A big fat man
Yeah,
who
it was,
drank a
like,
lot.
it was the oath, wasn't it?
yeah.
Oath, yeah. His girlfriend made an appearance. I can't remember what her name was. A long name.
Yeah, I can't remember. But,
Yeah, I don't know how she got introduced.
but I'm going to assume that was just introduced at the end, as that's going to be like an ongoing thing of the Roman guy trying to get off or something like that.
Aulus Paulinus was ostensibly the brains of the bunch. Sort of smarmy and a bit slimy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously likes the ladies because as I said at the beginning, he was looking forward to the orgy, which gets cancelled by the emperor, upsettingly.
Yeah, and his mate. I didn't really understand the character of his brother-in-law in this. He was just a bit of a snake, I guess,
Yes,
because he tried to get his brother-in-law sent away, but he ended up getting sent with him to
backfired.
Britain.
Backfired.
Backfired on him.
Yeah, a bit of like a sort of slimy, grovelly.
Yeah.
Silly hair, sort of bush forward like Roman.
Oh, it was an awful haircut, wasn't it? Yeah.
Especially when it rained on him as well, looked even worse.
Yeah. It's terrible. And there was just one more character in that I want to get onto before we go into the other notes. So it's like the emperor, essentially. So he was just someone that wanted people
Was
to...
it based on Caligula, wasn't it? The legend that he made his horse a senator or something. Was that Caligula?
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
Or Nero? Or Costa?
What?
Just made a coffee shop joke. Because he had his favourite horse, he was like everyone had to. This is why the guy got sent to Britain, because he was like, all right, no orgy. We're gonna all go around and make poems up about my horse.
Porsche, yeah, Portia.
Portia.
Apparently wanted to, but was assassinated before it could happen.
Fucking hell.
Go.
Thwarted. Could have been the greatest political move of all time.
There's no rule to say it can't be a horse.
It's always important to have a stable government.
That is
Hey,
true.
come on, horses.
That is true.
So, shit, what was it? Oh yeah, so basically he's doing
it's with a
poems.
goat.
Yeah. He's doing poems. Brother-in-law says that he insulted the horse. It gets sent to Britain. Brother-in-law gets sent as well. And then there's a little coda where he's like, "Don't tell Portia." And then behind, they open the curtain. And there's a fucking goat on a little pedestal. And then it goes, meh, and then it goes in subtitles. I love it when she talks dirty.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. That's good.
There's a little bit before that as well with when he says he was with a goat. It led to the joke
yeah,
of there's
I like that
kids
one.
involved.
It's horrible because there are kids involved. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I like that
Classic
as well. I think I don't know if because I'm in my state, I'm finding everything funny, but I thought it was quite funny. What else was there? So who was the one with the bald head and the moustache? He was like a Roman.
He looked like a bloated version of the guy from
The Blue Line.
Yes, thank you.
So he was like a liaison between the Roman,
Yeah,
the Roman governance in Britain and the like an in between man. Really.
Well, you get the impression he was Roman.
Yeah.
But one who's just been living there for quite a while.
Yeah. Or maybe he was like a native British born, but he worked for
It could have been an auxiliary, yeah. That's how it works this way.
There we go, coaxing out the terminology. I was hoping this would happen. Oh yeah, so what did you think about the historical accuracy of this show? Not impressed or?
Not really. Well, it had the classic things, and it had the stupid little helmets with the
plume thing.
the plume that goes the wrong way, the ridiculous breastplates, togas. But it was archetypal Roman, wasn't it? You wouldn't have thought it was any other sort of culture.
Yeah,
That's the main sort of setup, isn't it? It's got the two sides, isn't it? Because it jumped back and forth from Rome to Britain and just started setting up like this is one side, this is the other, and then it was only really towards the end when they actually started meeting. And I guess it's just setting up the two opposing sides that are going to clash in the later episodes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy that comes running in, the bloke guy that isn't in Thin Blue Line, he asks Rory McGrath, not any of the names again, he asks Rory McGrath's lot to not kill anyone else, basically. He says the previous leader was choked, claimed Rory McGrath, but he said, what, on his foot? So it sounds as though he's been proper butchered by the Brits.
The funny thing is, Rory McGrath sounds like a much more believable chieftain name than Advoc. Doesn't it really?
Yeah, just played himself.
Yeah.
Next note I've got is Dice Game with a Blind Man.
Knucklebones.
Yeah, I forgot about the blind guy. What was his name?
The blind man.
Blind Man. His name is Blind Man in this. Okay. Yeah, was it Knucklebones? He said.
Knucklebones, yeah.
Yeah, I've no idea how you play the game, but it sounds as though you got to get really high numbers.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how the bones land and each way it
Yeah, I
lands
think
up
it's
is like a different thing, isn't
basically
it?
just like an ancient Britain version of Boggle, I think.
Right.
It's like what was that thing? I can't remember. Go-Go's.
What?
Go-Go's.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, I keep getting those knucklebones confiscated in primary school. They wouldn't let me bring it. I said it was unhygienic or something.
I liked the ancient Britain. Everyone was searching through the animal remains for toast.
I like the scene when they had those little stone discs, and they were like using a slammer to slammer. Oh, what a great game, Pogs and Tazos as well.
Disney, not
Tazos.
Disney. Not
Tazos was like Looney Tunes, wasn't it?
Yeah, Looney Tunes.
Tazos was very much the Pepsi to Pogs is to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, good times.
Pogs. Right. There was that episode. There was that scene where the weapons seller came in. That was a bit silly.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite funny. It had a few good lines because like the Roman guy was there, he didn't realise, and he was like trying to sell these weapons to the Britons by saying how efficient they were at killing the Romans. Like, and he was like, "Oh, they cut through Romans like butter," and then they were like, "Look, the Roman guy's there." He was like, "Oh, they cut through butter like butter." And he was trying to say they were cutlery, and then to prove how good they were, he stabbed himself. And I thought, has he really done that?
Yeah,
and then he died.
And
I was like, "Oh, come on!"
I wasn't sure if did he mean to do that, like in
maybe it's an accident.
as a character, not as a character, the actual
That's
sort of.
that's a hazard of the job, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was just some like stupid one-liners after it, wasn't it? Like, oh, I bet the job's killing him, or like, oh, I've got to make a living.
It's a good job though, but like there are some downsides. It's all double-edged sword.
Hmm?
That's the
Perfect
appropriate
response.
response.
That is, yeah. What? Blades.
So then, so that's all set up for the Romans to arrive, and obviously they're trudging along in the mud and it's raining.
Yeah, they're being pulled along by a
German slaves.
handful of German slaves, and they notice some graffiti on the side, which is an important part for later on. That says, "Is it piss off
Romans.
Piss off Romans." Yeah,
Excellent bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, and they take that to mean like a greeting, like a polite greeting.
Which I thought it was taking a piss out of him. I thought it was saying, "Oh, like it's a joke," saying it's a greeting, but there was actually he was sincerely thought it meant a greeting. Piss off Romans.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I guess he was speaking English as a second language, so fair play to him.
Mm.
Yeah, very
Multilingual, bilingual. What?
Yeah, they sounded all funny.
So they arrive, and then we cut back to the Britons. Well, the blind man's on his own, and he thinks everyone's just left him there in the tavern on his own. And basically, it's the same joke as I said, the little blind kid with the Dumb and Dumber with the bird. So he's left alone. He's like, "Where is everyone?" And then he goes, "Oh, I'm gone deaf as well as blind because it's silent." The barkeeper's still there. The Roman fella comes in and he's like, "Where is everyone?" And then the barman it turns out, has a tick. He keeps winking all the time. What?
Sorry?
Winking all the time. So he's like, "Where are they?" And he's like, "Oh, they've gone to meet the Romans." Wink, wink. He's give him the weapons. Wink. So he's thinking that he's going to go and ambush them and kill them and that. So he's like, "Fuck." Runs away. Then we cut back. This is the probably the most important scene in the show is where the German slaves aren't pulling the thing anymore, the carriage.
Oh, they've all killed over, yeah.
He said, "Oh, I didn't know they all had defective hearts." Fine, bit of a weak joke. Fine, whatever. Weak jokes, weak hearts. Then they're walking down a hillside, right, which is lit from behind. I thought, that's weird, bit of lighting. And then nothing's really happening. They're walking along and talking.
Got a splinter.
Got a splinter, said Al. And then I don't think I can even bring it myself to say it. I mean, who wanted to say it? I don't want to.
No, go for it.
I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, the Doctor Who TARDIS appears on the hillside, and the Doctor sort of gets out and looks around and gets back in again. And
Yeah, silhouette of a guy with a hat and a big scarf.
Yeah, it was just Tom Baker, basically, wasn't it? Yeah.
And that was it. It was a weird. I thought I was stunned.
I really love sight gags, and I think I'm a big fan of Naked Gun, for example. And I think if they're done really well, then they're really funny. And there's tons of them in Naked Gun. And I really enjoyed that because it just made no sense at all.
Yeah.
So and I think that when writing it, they knew that made no sense. So for me, in terms of things that stand the test of time, them sort of jokes, assuming Doctor Who's always going to be recognisable, that's always going to stand the test of time.
Well,
so I really enjoyed that.
I didn't enjoy it as much because I thought that, I don't know, it kind of broke something. It broke.
We broke the fourth wall. Was this not being a historical?
Oh, he did.
documentary?
The Emperor did actually break the fourth wall when he said, "I love it when she talks dirty," because he did look down the camera when he said that.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
So fair. That's they've already established that kind of thing. But
Really?
then it's like it kind of broke the universe part of the show because up to that point, everything the Romans were speaking in Latin. Everything was kind of period specific and it was right, but then they put fucking Doctor Who in there, which is obviously what the joke is. I understand that,
Yeah.
but it just didn't sit right for me at all. And it's like it just seems an easy gag to go. There's not much going on there. I don't know. Something weird, something wacky happens in the background. Just put fucking Doctor Who on the hill.
As much as I like that joke, I've got to agree with you because it doesn't fit with the theme of everything else they've done. Like, I made the point before saying I think it's quite ambitious that they would do like subtitles, for example, in this, and that's nothing I've ever seen before. And then
Unprecedented.
And then to go for a Doctor Who joke in.
No, yeah, I don't like Doctor Who either, so yeah, that annoyed me.
It's because you got done with the knock joke early.
Yes.
But funny thing was, he's by his actual doctor as well. It's really salty the way that one. It was in the waiting room for hours.
It was a house call, that's why not.
If you were like your surname was Who, and you got your
Who?
and you got your PhD and you became like a doctor, would you 100% lean into it and just make
Scarf.
your entire office like, you know, you'd have the scarf hang up, little hat,
Screwdriver.
purple
light
door.
outside.
Yeah.
Just have all the equipment, like your stethoscope, like a little sonic screwdriver. You'd have that.
Is it, oh, doctor, I've got... call me Time Lord. Yeah, receptionist. Next, please. Little dialect there.
Canine for little nurse's hat.
Be like, what's the prognosis? You're gonna need to be exterminated.
What possible ailments is there? You have to be exterminated. See, we could write it writes itself, doesn't it? So that's that. That was that bit. I was stunned. I was left reeling from that Doctor Who part. Then they meet each other. No, the Britons come and meet him. And I thought, a lot of there were night scenes as well. There's a lot of stuff on location which I thought was quite well lit and stuff and well blocked. I thought it was quite good locations and that. Well done, logistically speaking.
In a field. It's perfectly scouted.
No, but they filmed it on location at night. It was filmed at night.
Yeah, all
It's
right.
been logistically quite difficult to do it.
Yeah, but they weren't filming it like at the top of the mountain. It's probably just like some field in like Essex or something where they could have easily got like some sound. It wasn't like they were filming.
Imagine they tried to do it,
Like,
but not successfully lit it. Like we can't use this.
What was the thing?
We'll just put it on anyway. It's like this fucking can't see anybody.
It's hardly like a pinnacle of
Didn't
like
charge the camera.
location scouting.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, it's a grass. Yeah, perfect.
I'm just
Beautiful. Get those lights in.
I'm just saying we've never given a location scout a scout out. Let's say.
Whoa.
I'm just giving them their due. I think while I was watching it, I thought this is good.
You're just impressed with like filming at night, aren't you? That's what you are.
Because I usually find it really
Just
difficult to
'cause of the
film.
bright lights.
I usually find it really difficult to film at night time when I'm stood in the
That's 'cause-
bushes
that's 'cause
outside.
the bushes
I'm stood in the
obscure.
bushes outside your house.
Yeah, that's that dog again, by the way.
Well, Dogkin's not so bad because you can just turn the headlights on.
Oh, it's the one use for the car light, isn't it? The inside one. Get that on. Perfect.
Just the engine runner was ruining the recording. That was the only
Yeah,
bad thing.
it was the noise. It was the sound that was getting you, wasn't it? But this cut that out because it was a wagon, so it didn't even have an engine.
Wagon.
Cart, or whatever you call it. Right, yeah. So some of it was filmed outside at night, which apparently
really
is like the
impressed
greatest
me.
thing I've ever seen in a sitcom.
I didn't mention it in To the Man of Born because it's at daytime. I was like, piece of piss.
Cool, fuck it. The sun's doing half a job there.
You had a day off, mate.
Lighting supervisor. Oh, and his feet up, a cup of tea all night.
I call it nature's lighting for the sun.
Quite a few lumens. That's the rating.
Oh, all right, fine. It was shit. It looked like dog shit.
Well, no. I suppose if you're impressed
And like, obviously,
by...
when they were initially being pulled by the German slave, there must have been like a rain machine as well. I doubt it was actual rain like that.
It looked torrential, yeah, really heavy.
Yeah. That's Mark with weather, and
I suppose we've never seen.
that's-
It's not something we really think about. Have we seen many sitcoms where it has got any sort of scenes at night? I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, I haven't really, have we?
There you go. See, that's what I'm pointing it out. I mean, actually on location, not like something that's shot for night.
I have to wait for Good Night Sweetheart, I guess.
Good point. Good night, sweetheart.
Fucking hell.
But anyway,
So they meet each other,
Yeah.
and it actually is a welcome party
yeah, it was a misunderstanding.
because of the guy winking.
Yeah, because the guy winking. And he runs to go stop them, and he
Yeah.
shoots an arrow in someone's back, kills him dead, and he ruins the welcome party.
And he's got like the classic trope of like the helmet being too big for him and being
Oh,
over his
yeah.
eyes. Funny.
Yeah, I don't
Hilarious.
understand why the helmet was too big for him, because presumably his head hasn't shrunk since he's
He borrowed
unless
it.
it was just borrowed a helmet or
Borrowed it
something.
or something else, yeah.
So,
There's a joke where Badrock is trying to greet them in Latin, but he can't. He's trying to read it off a thing, but then they speak English or whatever. Get on and give him the gift of the weapons. They're loving it. They're having a good time. They take him back to the tavern. They meet. They introduce everybody. Very good. And then basically the payoff is that he gets up to speak to everyone and to greet everybody, and he says, "Oh, big speech and everything." The music's like swelling up behind him, and he says, "It leaves me only one thing to say to everybody here: piss off Chelmsford, or piss off Britons or something." And then they throw rotten fruit at them, and that's the end, and that sets up the dynamic the confrontational dynamic between the two groups.
Which, for as like obvious as that joke was going to be, I thought it was a nice ending. Made sense. Rounded it all.
No, it was a good
first
setup, and
episode.
it paid off, and like everybody, you
Yeah.
could hear the audience start to realise what was going to happen, and like, oh, here we go,
Yeah.
loving it, absolutely.
Do the line.
Don't say Chelmsford again. But I thought overall fine. Yeah, as I said, I didn't mind it. I laughed a few times. Doctor Who, everyone loved for some reason, and it was a lot, and crucially, a lot of it was filmed outside at night.
I think we've done obviously a lot of sitcoms now, and it's rare we get any good ones. Where would this rank in terms of ones that
Good question. Good
have,
question.
have been like enjoyable or like not that bad? So we've had Dustbin Men,
Oh, shit.
Queenie's Castle,
Fine.
Prince Among Men,
Awful.
To the Man of Born.
Pretty good. You liked the clock at the end, didn't you? Remember that?
Lost my shit at the club.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of that was outside as well, on location. So I like that for that reason.
Health and Efficiency, and
Shit.
then this. So this is the last one of the series. So
What is it now?
yeah, the
Oh
number
fuck!
6.
What, we're going out with a bang.
So if
Bangers.
no, thank you. If if you had to pick a favourite from this series, let's do it this way.
Summing it up. It's the last day of term. We bringing the toy.
Any preference for the ones we've seen this
Don't do that
series?
anymore. Teach to the end.
What?
What?
What did you say?
Don't have last day term anymore. It's just like standard, normal.
Bullshit.
Pardon?
That is bullshit.
No.
Bring in a little toy. Yeah, bring in Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That's what I did one time. That was fun. Blow football one time. That wasn't so good. He was basically breathing in everyone's faces. Rubbish. Bring in some Jammy Dodgers.
It's a toy.
They bring in food as well. It's my favourite toy.
This is
It's
Jenga.
Fat Chris. This is my favourite toy. Food.
Favourite one for the series? I don't know. Can't remember.
I think I'm probably going to have to say this or To the Man of Born, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably go for two. The man.
And considering To the Man of Born is like a well-established like sitcom classic, isn't it? And everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Chelmsford 1, 2, 3 not doing bad, holding its own against To the Man of Born. The rest of them were dross. Queen's Castle was fine. But it was a standard 70s sitcom setup, really. It's fine. I think it's saved by
Diana Dawes.
It was saved by Diana Dawes. It was held up by Diana Dawes' performance rather than being a good sitcom, I thought. And I thought Chelmsford 1, 2, 3 was a nice surprise.
I would go between Queenie's Castle and Chelmsford 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like
Blimey, who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Would you have thought it? Which one did you like?
I'll go for To the Man of Born then.
to the Man of Born.
Yeah.
Is it? What were you going for? This one?
Oh fuck! Yeah, I'm gonna go for Chelmsford 1, 2, 3. Who would have? I never thought I'd hear myself say those words.
I really like Queenie's Castle. There was like some really good shots in that. Was that a nighttime shot? Actually?
Good point. No, actually, and having said
The
that,
policeman walking down the street at night.
Yeah.
That was hard as well. A lot of reflective
That
surfaces.
was
There's some
actually-
extreme zooms on
that was actually there was
And
some
that
great
was more
nighttime
on
location
location.
stuff. Fuck. Yeah.
Well, that was in like
Good
an
point.
estate as well, so there must have been people in. I had to keep everyone quiet.
Yeah,
I was like,
and there was the bit at the beginning. There's the bit at the beginning when they're throwing all the crates of booze out.
yeah.
That camera following them along.
But you know what? No, that is a good point.
And,
There
and
was
the
some good.
bakers, that was a hard shot to do, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
on
we're over
location.
the spit.
stood really close to each other.
Apparently they filmed that scene at night and they just had really bright lights outside to simulate sunlight, just to really
Really challenged the crew.
just take 500. You
Diana
fucking get
Dawes.
it right.
Diana Dawes that only work at night time. That's the problem. They call her the blonde.
Nosferatu.
There was some actually good camera work in Chelmsford 1, 2, 3. I thought there were some parts that I noticed where there were some weird zooms that I thought were odd. But like some of when the location stuff, let's bring it back to that. There was some great handheld stuff where like there was some point of view shots between the two Romans, and it was shot like handheld, and it looked like it was all, the camera was kind of moving around as if you were on the wagon there. And I thought that was quite a neat touch.
They did very well keeping the person that was talking in shot. That was really good. I really like that.
They flesh
I
record.
really like that.
They press record. They were facing the right way. Perfect.
Action. Alright then, well...
Smarmy prick. Having a go at what I like. I've been doing it with Chris the whole time, to be fair, so fair play.
did it stand the test of time?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I think that's the thing with setting things in the past is that
That is true, but then like, I think the medium of the comedy was quite.
Yeah.
It wasn't dated at all that much, really.
yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there was no questionable jokes that I can remember. Like no.
Oh, I said though they did use the word "wop" at the beginning.
Okay, well, there was that one.
That's an actual slur. Apart from that,
Apart from the one, all right. Apart from the one slur, just the one stroke for Chelmsford. 1, 2, 3.
There must have been different times. 80s, I suppose you're allowed to say that kind of thing. But then I don't know. They were supposed to be rough and ready.
Yeah,
British people. You know, British people.
No excuse.
British people have never been racist. I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, I know.
Out of order.
Unreal.
Or xenophobic or whatever the word is. Well, why not both?
That's what I always say.
That was the leave.eu their slogan. Racism, xenophobia, why not both?
Sure saw that on a balloon.
Great, all right, then now it's time for Mark's stupid game.
Mark made a game. Stupid game. Mark has made a stupid game. Let's play the game. Let's play the fucking stupid game.
You've got to guess what it is.
Yeah, I have a little guess first of all. It's a fun mini game we learned to play beforehand.
Is it Ilford 1, 2, 3, and is it guessing the stops on the 1, 2, 3 bus route between Ilford and Wood Green?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't know. Got no idea.
about Chelmsford 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught my official line, and it's about nursery rhymes.
You're closer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chelmsford's number 5.
Lou Bega.
Lou Bega is known for being a hit with the ladies, so much so he put it in a song. There are 3 rounds to this game, so you'll need your pens. And most points wins in this. Round number 1.
It's weird, Nick, because we've done a very sort of 98, 99 centric show. I was talking about Cisco earlier on, wasn't I?
Yeah,
The Tom song, that's the same. I think came out.
Oh, so that's staying in.
Oh yeah, that whole thing is staying in.
that'll be a bonus episode in itself. So you will get. I need my phone for this. Oh no, I'll rough time it. So you'll get a minute or two to name the women he mentions, but you'll only get a point if you can also tell me what he wanted them for.
Shit.
So no conferring, obviously, because you're playing against each other. There are 7 to get, and this is the chorus bit. And that's important that it's the chorus bit, okay?
The chorus.
Just the
Is
chorus
that the
bit.
ones he reels off in the verses? No.
What? Sorry.
So in the chorus, he mentions different names
Right.
of women, and he wants them for something. I want you to tell me who are the women and what did he want them for.
Just in the chorus.
Yeah, there are
I
other
think,
names throughout the song.
Intercourse, I think.
But what? We just want the chorus names.
Yes.
It is though. That's, ostensibly, as an overarching theme, that's what he wants them for. Bega is on the hunt.
We'll go you first of all. Name me one of the ladies that he would like.
Erica.
What does he want her for?
Did he want her all night long?
He doesn't want her all night long.
Oh shit!
James, what?
I didn't put Erica.
You didn't put Erica?
No.
Okay, well,
I think I put Jessica twice. I think that's right.
okay, well, he wants Erica by his side.
I put Jessica for Erica. Fuck.
So that's no points for that one.
No points. Not even a point for the name.
Erica by my side. The fuck is Erica?
Jones, what? give me another name, please.
Monica.
What does he want
In his
Monica
life?
for? In his life. Well done.
Yeah,
That's
cheers.
one point.
One Bega.
One Bega.
A Bega bonus.
We're all getting Begas today. I don't know. Wood. Any others?
I had Sandra.
Sandra. And what do you want Sandra for?
Did he want her to be in the sun?
He did want her to be in the sun.
I don't know what she did.
He
to
doesn't
deserve
know.
that.
He doesn't. I'm not sure if he means the.
She's a bit pasty.
He doesn't know if he means the solar object or the newspaper, but
That's true.
it could be page 3.
See, on my
He might be
mind,
really
it's in
supportive.
one solar object, like launched into the centre of the sun.
He's a really supportive. Wants there to be a
one-way
page
rocket.
3, or wants her
He wants her
to
to
burn
burn.
in the actual sun.
Which ties back into the Sun Probe episode of the Thunderbirds we mentioned earlier on, where maybe Sandra's in that rocket that International Rescue had to save.
The end of Battlestar Galactica, I think, wasn't it? You never seen Battlestar Galactica?
No,
Oh, in the end.
no, it's that Danny Boyle film Sunshine where they go to see the sun.
Oh, yeah. But in the end,
Go to see the sun. There it is.
in the end
Look.
of Battlestar Galactica, when they land on Earth and they get rid of all the technology, this guy pilots all the ships into the sun. I think
It's my first
it was
day.
him and Sandra.
Well, it's definitely Mary all night long, right?
It is Mary all night long, correct. Wood, back to you. Number 3.
Well, I said Jessica. And then I said in the sand.
It's not Jessica in the
Shit, that's
sand,
sand. I
unfortunately.
haven't put sand either.
Because again, I thought Jessica in the sand, like buried 6 feet under.
It's Jessica.
She's gone. Very sinister song, I thought.
Again, that's another tie into Thunderbirds because there is an episode, where they go to Lake Anasta to go and look at the underwater temple, and the hood captures Brains and buries him up to his neck in the sand.
Oh, I meant fully buried.
Sorry.
This is, they very much say this.
She will be fully submerged.
This song is the ink block test of like psychopaths, isn't it? Like.
I was having a nice time.
Listen
and
to
you
this
want to
line.
murder
What does
these
it make
women.
you think of? Launched into the sun. Buried.
Well, there's some social media content I'll be creating, a Lou Bega Rorschach test.
Oh God! Like Chris has diagnosed himself as a psychopath.
All night long in a room being whipped.
Monica in my life, in a dungeon, or in a basement with no windows. Either's fine. Right, so I've got Monica in my life, right? Erica's by my side.
Yeah, tell you what, put little lines through them and we skip past this bit.
Rita's all I need.
Correct.
Yeah. And Tina wasn't sure because Tina is like what I see.
Wood's got one more go.
Tina, you can have Tina. But
That's all I had. Erica, Sandra, and Jessica.
that's all he needs.
That's
I'm
all
not
he
greedy.
needs. Come on.
All right then. Yes, that's what you heard. You said
Yeah.
I got Tina what I see.
Tina is what I see.
Oh,
Correct.
really is what he sees.
So, fun fact before we go into the next round: the third Google search result when you are searching Mambo number 5 is Lou Bega German?
Oh yeah.
And the answer is yes. Round
So,
2.
Mambo number 5.
Yeah. Round 2, more women. So you both mentioned before that there are other women that are mentioned aren't in the
I just
chorus.
realised that they're the same, aren't they?
Cool, blimey. Well, that's the extent of women I've got for that. that's me done.
So what have we got here? We all know that Lou thinks that a little bit of you, i.e. any woman hearing with him sing, we want to meet...
Like a court transcript. We've already established Mr. Bega.
Defendant.
Who are the other 2 women that he didn't want for any specific reason? So hence didn't qualify for the previous round. Yeah, so I'm looking for 2 more names basically.
Two different names?
2 more names.
Two different names.
Feature in the song, but he doesn't mention for any particular reason. Just mentions the names. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store on the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, so I really don't want it. Here's where it really kicks in. Beer bust like I had
Again,
last week.
advantage. Don't
Must say
mix.
cheese, like talking
thing is, if you write these
like-
names down quicker than he sings them, then you've got the
Oh,
advantage.
that's one.
What did you get first of all?
I put Rachel.
Rachel?
Rachel. Nice name. I quite like that name.
Doesn't rhyme really have a name for it.
What?
Doesn't rhyme with any other name. Rachel. A little bit of Rachel.
And Gwendolyn as well.
A little bit of Rachel in the park.
And any other names you wrote?
It's Doris.
Come on, Doris.
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 Come on.
Doris. There's also a woman named Doris. That's fine. I got Pamela and Angela.
Both correct.
Thank you.
2 points there.
It helps if you know the song. It's weird.
Rachel. Well, this is how you felt. This is how I felt when we did the fucking Disney Princes.
Speaking of which, round 3, entitled Sellout, in a genuine cover of his own number 1 classic, it's Disney number 5. Can you name the 9 classic Disney characters he mentions in the chorus?
He's exhausted
You tell
all the
me.
humans and he's going to try it on with Minnie Mouse.
Fictitious animals and things.
So what we've got to do, write down just names of characters.
Yeah,
that might have
I
been in
mean,
it.
I'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me what he wants them for, so to speak.
Fucking back off, Lou.
Would you to start?
I said Ariel.
Ariel, it's not on the list, unfortunately.
She's a fish, I suppose. Baker's not interested. Snow White?
No.
Fuck.
Would?
I said Belle.
No.
Fuck
Let's
yeah. You said
let's call him names.
What are classics?
Well, it's not going to be any of these, is it? I put Belle as well. I put Belle twice. That's not going to be. Minnie then, Minnie Mouse?
Correct.
Mouse.
And bonus point if you can tell me what he wants her for.
Oh, Minnie. He's got new lyrics for it.
I think they are, yeah. No, they're not.
Oh, Minnie. I hope it's not all night long. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Minnie by my side?
So close. No, it was a little bit of Minnie in my life. Yeah. So just the 1 point there.
I'll go for Daisy then.
Correct. Do you want to get a bonus point for what he wants
Duck.
Daisy for?
Oh no.
Yeah, Daisy.
A little bit of daisies.
In the pond, I don't know. The duck.
Lyrics haven't changed. Drowned
Oh.
in the pond. A little bit of daisies, what I see.
Oh, fuck
It is,
not
isn't
very
it? Yeah.
imaginative cover, is it?
Right, so it's the animals then. So, are they the animals
Yes. Very nice.
in Disney?
This was for children, don't forget.
Yeah, well, we're
So?
not thinking it was for like some sort of like dodgy magazine.
Some deviant art.
So I'll give you both a clue. They're not all women. That's the clue I'm trying not to give
Oh, we're being sexist again.
you. You
Right,
are.
So Mickey.
yeah, so
then.
it's a children's
Mickey.
show.
Mickey.
It's not your turn.
Oh, it might
Don't
say
say
Mickey then.
Correct.
Don't say Mickey. Shit.
Tactics. What is he?
Own goal.
What does he want Mickey for? And I'll give you a clue here. If you were listening, he's already told you the answer before.
Was it? Oh, I
Oh.
wasn't listening. It was Mickey in the sun.
Unfortunately not. It was a little bit of Mickey by her side.
Donald.
Correct.
Donald. he surely can't say all night long for one of the Disney characters. Was it?
Might be
what are
like all night long movie marathon. Well, I don't know.
they? I can't do the Donald Duck voice. So I'm not gonna. Life side. Donald.
Oh, he's going back. He's referring to his notes.
I don't
That's
have to do
nice.
that. They're my notes. All I need.
Correct. Well done. Bonus point.
Goofy. I don't know.
Goofy. Correct.
Gorsh.
What does he want
Was that
Goofy for?
Gorsh.
Goofy. Lyrics haven't changed. I can't
They
remember
have
what
changed
they
for
are.
this one.
Oh, they have changed for
For
this
this
It
one.
must
For
have been
this
the all
one.
night long part. From behind.
All night long. Goofy.
Would have to be. It's doggy, isn't it? It's a dog.
Isn't it weird that Goofy's a dog and Pluto's a dog? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Goofy. All day long.
Different breeds. All day long.
All day long, mate.
It's the same sentiment, but it's just a different time of the day.
It's just less sinister.
When I fuck dogs, it is in broad daylight. I'm not sneaky, alright? I'm not one of those sneaky people who go around fucking dogs in the dead of night. I don't
When
do
I say
that.
dogging, I mean it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit goofy for everyone.
Oh.
Alright, Porky Pig.
Oh, totally wrong franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, is it as Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What a clown.
Warner Brothers phoned in.
Is it the Animaniacs?
That's all, folks.
What? Fucking grandstanding now.
I'm gonna look. Oh, I'm not well behind.
He's so pleased. I got nervous. I was like, fuck. Oh, I thought Porky Pig was just cartoons, isn't they?
One more guess.
One more guess.
And you can
Just
get some bonus points here if you get the right one.
some fucking prick Disney character.
Don't-
I don't really like the Mickey Mouse.
Top tip: don't say any of the Looney Tunes characters.
Yeah. Okay.
Disney
I was
characters.
going to go for Fred Flintstone, but
Fucking hell.
Got to say your final answer.
Hanna
Sorry.
Barbera.
Homer Simpson.
Who else is? Oh, Pluto. I don't know.
Pluto, yeah. A little bit of Pluto.
In the sand.
I didn't think
So
I didn't think
close.
it was a character anymore. I thought it was a micro character.
What?
It's just a reference to Pluto not being a planet anymore. It being a micro.
Oh,
planet.
right.
Dwarf
I mean, I didn't know what you said.
Microplanet.
It's a little bit of Pluto in the sun.
Oh, fucking hell. The two that I've guessed every time. Sun and sand. I don't get it the wrong way around.
Dumbo.
Unfortunately not. It's Huey, Dewey and Louie would have got you 3 points if you'd have got that.
Why are they getting involved?
Oh, yeah.
Huey, Dewey and Louie. Can't go wrong.
Donald Duck's nephews, aren't they?
Well, Jones, you won that one. It was
Despite a good
nine
comeback
plays
there from
5.
Chris.
It was a good comeback. Have a look through them and then let me know what one you want.
What's Slinger's Day?
I think that's Bruce Forsyth.
Yeah, go on,
I
I want a
think.
bit of Brucey. A Brucey bonus. Slinger's Day.
So we'll be back for the start of Series 7 with some good game, no doubt. But Bruce Forsyth with Slinger's Day. So yeah, we'll be back for Series 7, Episode 1 of Great British Sitcom with Slinger's Day. Okay, so goodbye, I guess.
What then? Thanks for listening to that. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Subscribe, etc. Leave a review if you like. We always read them. We always find them funny.
Do leave a review.
Dog shit.
Do leave a review. Even if you think it's shit, just don't be that harsh because it's a bit upsetting. But thanks. Thanks. See you next time.
Yeah,
Chris, any final words
Yeah. Thanks very
before
much.
you're exterminated?
So yeah, we've been Mark, Chris, Chris. This was GreatBritishSitcom, and we will see you next series. Bye.
Bye.